What's up out there? Wanted to talk about the polymorphism of the midas cichlid, as in Amphilophus Citrinellus. I've seen the question asking about the coloration of the midas cichlid. I've talked about it before. Basically, when midas cichlids, as in Citrinellus, or really any of the 13 species in the midas complex, when they're small fish, as these are, they have a mainly silverish coloration. They could have some bars, and if you notice, we have a few of these in here, at least a couple that are beginning the color transformation. But bear in mind, in their native waters, the majority of midas cichlids, Citrinellus, have this type coloration. Like this big boy, Lake Managua Citrinellus. This is the typical coloration of a midas cichlid, Citrinellus. And from the perspective of the hobby, this is what most people are used to seeing, something of this along these lines. These two female that are orange. You can see them. Orange Citrinellus female. And then we got this guy, what's known as a creamsicle coloration of this male Citrinellus midas cichlid. I've heard the question asked, are they different versions of the same species? I guess in one way you could say that. They are the same species. With midas cichlids, Citrinellus, there's polymorphism. They have different color variants that they could have other than the main coloration of the Citrinellus, like this. A percentage turn orange. In the wild, it's said to be approximately 10%, with another 20% or so somewhere in transition of changing color. And among those color variants, but not limited to, you get that orange, you get the creamsicle, you get the state of transition of them changing color, where you will see one that has blotches of black on it. I've had the question, I've seen the question, if these two were to spawn, would they produce a barred orange midas? I would have to say not particularly, due to the fact that the color changing gene that is in some midas cichlids, Citrinellus, is a dominant gene. So therefore, it only takes one parent for the offspring to have that orange coloration eventually. And they will change at some point in their life. It could take weeks, months, or even years for the change to fully transform. And it's interesting, I see in one of the scientific papers that midas cichlids have 48 chromosomes. The gene for color change is on their 11th chromosome. And they made an interesting observation. Again, it's a dominant gene that only has to appear on one copy of that chromosome. And they noted that if both copies have it, that the color change occurs faster. So I would anticipate that the fry, as you notice, one is already changing color, which are the offspring of the creamsicle and this female, will undergo a color change in a quicker manner than if just one of the parents was had the color. Another aspect of the polymorphism of the midas cichlids, Citrinellus, you'll see variations in their structure. For example, the characteristics of a midas cichlid is that they have a blunt shaped snout as opposed to a labiatus, which has a narrower snout with the lips, with or without the lips. But check this out. This guy, blunt snout, he's got a little bit of an underbite. And this one, blunt snout, he's got a little bit of an overbite. Hard to see at this point, but when he opens up his mouth, it's more prominent. And this guy, he's pretty even, pretty symmetrical in the mouth, top and bottom. But definitely there's variation in the pure-blooded Amphilophus Citrinellus. So anyway, any questions, comments, feedback, put it in the comment section. And thanks for watching. Take care.